Hi everybody, this is Mama Sue. And what I'm going to show you today is here's one of those 25-cent bracelets I found, but the elastic was broken in it. And I'm going to show you how to repair that. See how loose it is? When it's loose like that, you know something's messed up in it. But the best way to find out how to repair something is to check on the bottom and see how it was put together. Now, when I look down here, I see this wire right here that's tied. So I know that two pieces tied together there. Because on this side, I see a U piece of wire, if you can see that. There's a piece of wire in here going through these two little places. See it? There it is. See it? I pulled it out. It's just a U shape going through there. So we'll have to start with this U. Blah. We could start at either end, but I think it'd be better to start at the U-shaped end. So let's cut this thing apart and get started. Now, don't be afraid to pick up those bracelets that are elastic, because they can be so beautiful and they can be repaired. Now, I want to show you these things here. I want you to see how pretty these were. This is why I didn't want to get rid of this. You know, when I saw it there for 25 cents, I can't buy these pieces for that. These are expensive ones. I mean, not like silver or gold, but they're expensive just to buy in those little pieces. Aren't those cute? Look how sparkly the beads are. They show all different colors. Okay, we're going to put this together now. What I like to use, oh, that always comes off of there. What I like to use is this elastic here, because it's really stretchy and it's super strong. Okay, and it's called Strong and Stretchy. And it's got a big old diamond right here in the middle. I don't know if you can see that because there's so much reflection on this paper. But there's a diamond right there, that red diamond. And then all the rest of the writing is in a foreign language. So what I would do is, if you wanted to get the same kind of elastic, it comes in different colors. But I would look for strong and an and sign, stretchy. And then I'd look for that diamond in this real reflective paper, because it still comes like that on eBay. Or anywhere you want to go. I mean, you'd probably even go online and try to find it just in the open box, right in what you're looking for. But that's what I like to use. Now, when it comes to the elastic, this is going to go through two different sides of this. See how there's two different, there's a hole for stuff to go through this side and through that side. So we're going to have to make this as long as the whole bracelet. So let's put this around my wrist. Oh, that's way more than I need, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right here. With this elastic, you'll only need to put it on one time, but sometimes I get real picky and decide to put on double just because of my own insecurities. Now, I don't have any beading needles with me today, so I'm going to make my own. This wire here is 28 gauge, which is super thin. If you see, that's really thin wire. So I'm going to cut off enough to make two little needles. That's all I need. Then I'm going to cut that in half. Then I've got two pieces of wire here. And it'll be about the size of a needle when I'm done with it. Now I want to put 5th, side up like that, and I'm going to just take my pliers and start winding this. Just this one side. This is the sewing needle side. This is the side that's going to go through the holes. The other side's going to hold the thread or the elastic. Now you can do this. This can be for your beads as well. You don't have to just do this on this. You can use this on beads too. It's just I always find another way to do things when I don't have the proper equipment. Now I'm going to squash this end here because we need it to be able to go through the bead. And the wire normally holds up pretty good. See there? Now what I've got is one of those big eye needles. See? You see that big old eye in there? Well, that's our needle. And that's the needle tip, the side that I wound. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these on each side of this elastic. There's one. And I'm just going to wind that a little bit. I'm just going to wind my wire a little bit right there to make sure that it stays where it is. I'm just going to twist it right here. Just a little bit to hold it in place. See there? Now it's going to hold the wire in there. And then I'm going to get the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. Now you can do your folding and flattening first, or you can do your twisting of the wire first. It's up to you. This time I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to flatten that in first. Then I'm going to come over this side and I'm going to roll it. I'm going to roll, 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 baby, roll. I feel like I'm talking about that Smokey the Bear where he tells you to roll. There you go. Now I'm going to cut off just a little tip. And it's going to be like that. Then I'm going to open it up. Now if I don't open it up very much and just slide that elastic in there, I won't have to twist it at all. See, I've just got it open just a little bit. And I'm going to shove that in there. I'm going to try to. Okay, it's in there. Now you've made your own little needles. I'll pull that down. See? That should stay pretty good. Now I've got both of my sides, both of my needles ready. Now let's start on these beads. Now we're going to go to start with, because we had that U, we're going to go through here. See how that goes through that so nicely? And then we're going to go back through the other side. We're staying at one side of the bead. See there? There's your, that's the first thing you do. See there? I made that U in there. And that gives me 2 rows so that when I'm going down this, I'm just going to go through every one of them this way. Okay, we like to even these up because each bead's going to be going through each of these. So we're going to sit this down and we'll start with this side and go to the other side. So I'm going to go through that hole and through the other hole. Look at there. Then I'm going to do it with this one. Through one side into the other. Pull it through and drop it down. See there? Was that too hard? Okay, let's keep doing this for a little bit and get this bracelet made up. Through one side into the other side. One side, side 2. Then slide her down. This is really going to be a quick, tutorial because you're doing the same thing. This is all you're doing through till you get to the end. And there's a little change because you're going to tie a knot. And you're going to glue that knot. So you will be up and rolling in just a few minutes. See, I'm going through it. Then I'm going through the other side. Isn't that cool using the wire like that to make your IPS? I mean, to make your needles for beading. Because, you know, the regular beading needles, I have to have the big eyes because the regular beading needles, I can't see the hole because it's so tiny. And I have old eyes. So if I make my own, I can still keep beading. Uh-oh, that one came out. It does that sometimes. Now if I can open it. Where is the opening? There it is. Wait a second. There it goes. Now let's pull that down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and squash that tip so that doesn't keep coming out like that, because that can be annoying. There, that's better. Okay, let's get through the other one. See, that works out pretty good. Let me get this one. This one. Now, I want you to see how pretty this is. First, I'm going to show you the back side, because I want you to see that's all we're doing. See, when I move that, it's just 2 lines. A big U went through here, as you remember, right there on this top side. Now, when we get through doing this part, we're going to come through these holes right here and here. And then we're going to tie it off right in back, right there, and put a little glue on it. Okay, let me finish putting these on, and we'll get her done. Now, if you move which way your hands go on here, make sure you're going through the right side of your bead. Like I just turned it all the way around and realized I had to switch the way I was doing this. There's that one. Oh, we're down to 4. That was pretty fast. This one on this side. And, oh, come on. This one on this side. And that's just with homemade needles. So that's kind of cool too. So today we're not only learning how to fix these kind of bracelets, these elastic bracelets, we're also learning that we can make our own needles. And remember that I told you, where is it now? Oh, here it is. That was 28 gauge. I just wanted to make sure you knew that that was 28 gauge. Now let's get these last 2 on. 1, 1 and 2. Two. Now I'm going to pull that on through. There, we're all the way put together. Now, all we have to do is put it through these 2 holes and tie it off. See how pretty that's going to look? Beautiful bracelet. Okay, I'm going to put it through. I'm going to turn my bracelet upside down, like, or right side up, excuse me. Then I'm going to go through those 2 holes over here so we can tie this up. I'm going to do the outer side first. Right through that hole. I'll bring it up in just a second after I get through those holes so you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm putting it through the other hole. And then I'm going to pull those needles off. I don't need the needles anymore. Now see, while I had it down like that, wrong way. Now while I had it down, well, let me just put my hand in here. It'll be easier to show you. Maybe. Let me turn it around. Turn it upside down. See, what I did is this was my last 2 holes right here. See how it separates right there? That was my last 2 holes. Now you pull that up through there, and this is right where we're gonna, let me take this off or I won't be able to do it. That's right where we're gonna tie our knot, right there. Right there. So I'm going to pull that a little bit. Not so much that you're going to make it all disfigured or anything. Just enough to where you've still got pull and you've still got a good elastic feel on it. Now I just tied that off. Let me cut this off. It's like getting in my way. Now you've got 2 little wires there. I want to show you the other way. Look how much pull's in there. That wire is so cool. And it comes back together really quick. See? Look. Because that wire is awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and double that knot. I'm going to pull it up. See right where the knot is? Where all that messy string is? I am going to go ahead and double my knot right there. What's neat is this elastic also stays, well, I didn't do it. It stays right where you put it when you're tying a knot. The knots don't come loose in this for some reason. Maybe because it's thin. I'm not sure. But that's right over the other knot. I just put a knot right over the other knot. Or you could put it a little ways behind the other knot. See there? Now I'm going to put glue right there. Let me pull that out. I was just checking something. Okay. Oop. Boy, it was dying to get out of there. Okay. I'm going to pull this up and see where that little knot is. That's right where I want to put a little bit. Well, I'm putting a lot. Let me just rub it on there. And you want to always go with a glue that's flexible. Clear, dries clear, but it's flexible. Because if this wire gets hard, it's going to just snap. And it's really thin wire. So you don't want to use like crazy glue or something on it. But if it's got a flexibleness to it, you're in good shape. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut off that end. And now you have I have a beautiful new bracelet. See there? Look at those beautiful, beautiful, sparkly beads in there. I love that. See how sparkly? And this is on the hand I normally wear my bracelet on. And it's still not too tight. Wait, let me get that up there to you. It's still not too tight, but see all those sparkles? Now that's all there was to fixing one of these bracelets. And see, you see all the wires going all the way around this thing. And when you get to that other side where you don't see a wire going around to the other side, you'll know that that's where it was put together. See, that's where the U starter is, and that's where the knot is. So if you see any little pieces of your wire, you can put a double in there if you wanted to, because the wire's thin enough, it'll go in twice. But if you don't, just watch as your wires, if you start seeing little flakes on them and stuff like this, keep an eye on those, but I personally will go back and I'll put a double knot. I'll put a knot somewhere else, but I'll do it somewhere else on the bracelet so that that's separate from the one that I've got here. You could go around and around twice and hook it, but I prefer to put them in different places so that if one elastic breaks, I've got another one in there. But that's all there is to that. Very easy and fun to do. Well, you take care, and God bless and keep you safe.